How's everybody doing today? I'm Legend, and here with me today I have my good old friend Super Saiyan Ryu.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And today we're going to be going over the highly controversial topic of Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Majin Buu saga versus Majin Buu before he gets his power split. And hopefully we get to clarify any misconceptions and preconceived notions people have about this fight going inwards. So I guess I'll start off with Goku with his attack potency. So Goku should at least be equal to Kid Buu, who is capable of destroying the Grand Kai's planet, which is 1/10 the diameter of Heaven, and Heaven is stated to be the size of the universe. Kid Buu almost demonstrated destroying a galaxy in the past as well in a flashback, so we know that he's easily galaxy level if we don't want to take his filler feat where he goes into, I believe it's the not King Kai's planet, Grand Kai's planet, and he's about to basically destroy it all since he no longer has any opponents to fight. And going into Goku's intelligence, Goku is a master of prodigal skill when it comes to martial arts, with years of experience fighting against powerful opponents with a multitude of abilities. His skill when it comes to combat and the usage of ki allows him to replicate other ki-based techniques, seeing them once. Also, he was the first to realize how strenuous the Super Saiyan states were and how viable they were in battle previously. And he's such a genius to the point in combat, capable of devising new applications of techniques on the spot. For example, he was able to use the Kamehameha wave with his feet. And it should be also noted that Goku was even stated to have equivalent of 1,000 years of training from King Kai while preparing for the Saiyan's arrival alone. Not many know this, but from the Cell games and on, he doesn't have anything on his gi, signifying that he's not under anyone's tutelage at that point in time. This is symbolic in the sense that he has surpassed his teachers and has nothing more to learn from them. Now, in terms of notable abilities that I think would sway Goku in this battle, would be he has enhanced senses allowing him to locate small objects, for example, distant objects by scent, clarity and over long distance and track the movements of others, and in pitch black environments especially. By merely feeling the vibrations in the air, he's able to distinguish who he's fighting, not necessarily because he's using key signatures, but merely his senses alone would be able to give him that edge if his opponent isn't using key. And he has a sense, he has a little bit of degree of light manipulation as well in his Super Saiyan forms. So if need be, he can power up immensely to the point where his aura is acting like a solar flare without having to expend any ki, giving him the perfect opportunity to end the battle with a devastating Kamehameha. So he can easily sense intent in one's lethality in the attacks, as noted with Goku's battle with Trunks, or their sparring match rather. He knew that Trunks wasn't intentionally trying to cut him in half, and so he didn't bother raising a finger at Trunks. And I'm just going to pass it off to Ryu, and he'll go over Majin Buu for you guys.
Yeah, so basically, Goku definitely has Buu beat in terms of skill and relative experience and combat knowledge. This is very clear from what my friend Legend just talked about. However, there are several other factors that we definitely have to discuss about for this video here, because we know that Majin Buu is completely different from Goku in his physiology and his techniques. First of all, this is a huge one. Goku, his power is not going to be enough to even hurt Majin Buu unless he's in the Super Saiyan 3 state minimum. The reason we know this is because we've seen Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta try and fight Majin Buu, and he literally could do no lasting damage to Majin Buu. The only attack that even came close was his final explosion. So, I mean, we know that attacks from even a Super Saiyan 2, such as Vegeta, or by extension Goku, who was at a similar level of power, won't even really phase Majin Buu. It'll just maybe piss him off a little bit. So, really, Goku is going to have to be in Super Saiyan 3 to even be able to do any damage. Now, if he is in Super Saiyan 3, this is where it gets interesting. We got to look at two different variations of Goku in here, because Goku as a Super Saiyan 3, when he is dead with the Halo, he's able to maintain this form significantly longer with much less stamina drain than if he's alive without the halo. We've seen it stated several times. In fact, when Goku's fighting Kid Buu, he's very surprised that he's not able to gather his energy, and he loses his energy very quickly, even though he thought he could defeat Kid Buu as a Super Saiyan 3 when he's at full power. This basically shows us right here that Goku is only going to be able to defeat Majin Buu if he's either dead and he has the halo so that he can maintain Super Saiyan 3 at its full power, or right at the start when he has not expended a lot of power from Super Saiyan 3 if he's alive. So that's a very important thing to look at right there, because Majin Buu, of course, he doesn't have any of these stamina drain issues, and he actually has very strong regeneration, which even augments his survivability and his ability to last through a prolonged fight even further. Also, when we get even past this stamina drain issue and the regeneration type things, we can look at the Candy Beam and the Absorption ability of Majin Buu. These two abilities are unique, and honestly, if they were to hit Goku, either of them, then it would be an instant win for Majin Buu. Now, of course, Majin Buu doesn't generally start with these, so that's in Goku's favor. However, there's also always the potential that he will use these in the battle at some point. So that's very important to keep in mind. He does have two instant win conditions. Of course, normally Buu is not going to be as capable as Goku in hand-to-hand combat and in key-based energy attacks, that kind of stuff. However, he does have the ability to copy the styles and the moves of other people. So as the battle goes on, he is going to, in fact, start to copy Goku's own combat style, more than likely. So he's not going to be as inefficient as most people would think when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. Very quickly, he would start utilizing very similar types of techniques and skill levels to Goku just due to copying his style. A few things worth mentioning, however, that will hinder Majin Buu, and these are very important, is first of all, he's generally not very smart, and he's naive, and he acts like a child. This leads to several things. Number one, it leads to him waiting for a lot of things. We see he actually allows Goku to go Super Saiyan 3 when Goku wants to show it to him, and Goku's trying to stall for time. He's also been tricked by Babidi into thinking that he can't do what he wants because he'll get sealed away. So we can see that he can easily be tricked, and he's more than willing to wait for things if he thinks there's going to be some sort of benefit to him later. So there's definitely a possibility that Goku will trick him or be able to basically charge up his ki and his attacks, which is a big thing because, of course, if Goku is alive, he's going to need a little time to charge up his attacks to full power in order to finish off Majin Buu. And even if he's dead, he's still going to need a little time to charge, at least, regardless of what point in time it is. And as I stated before, he thinks at full power, if he has a little time to charge up his attack, he could defeat Majin Buu. So basically, when we look at it like this, yes, Majin Buu has some win conditions, mainly Candy Beam, Absorption, or if he forces Goku out of Super Saiyan 3. But Goku also has a win condition if he's able to get himself a little bit of time before he's expended much of his energy and charge up a full power attack as a Super Saiyan 3, which should theoretically be able to defeat Buu. So that pretty much covers the points for Buu.
Yeah, so I guess the takeaway here is Goku likely wins with the Halo due to not having that severe stamina drain weakness, but likely loses without it aside from a full powered attack right from the start. Although the match will be highly difficult in either case, they will have to have both. They both have the potential to, win in either scenario. It can go either way, but it's more towards leaning Goku, I would say.
I agree. I think definitely with the Halo, more than likely Goku's going to win. And without the Halo, Boo's probably going to win because the only way Goku can win is if he uses his full power right at the very start and gets a chance to charge up an attack. So I would say they can both win either scenario. But with the Halo, I lean towards Goku. Without the Halo, I'd lean towards Buu.
Yeah, so I would have to fully agree with you there. And hopefully we did a fairly competent job of being able to clear up any, misconceptions or any preconceived notions you guys had about this battle previously. Yeah, so if you guys really enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a like, make sure to subscribe, comment down below if you need to, and hopefully you guys can stick around as we're gonna probably do a Dabura versus Cell video on Ryu's channel. So hopefully to see you guys at a later time this week, and take care, you guys.